All right, I am loving reading all of your guys' posts about who introduced you and why you love it now, and how many of you were like, I'm not interested. I am so, I was the same way. I actually I had to be given a Norwex product before I tried it. And then I hosted my first party and it was the worst. Like, I think I had 2 people come to my party. I think my total sales were like $200 or something, for real. And then the consultant who was doing my party ended up getting a mop order from somebody else, and she added it to my party so I could actually get some host rewards. Yeah. So if you have hosts that have crappy parties, they could go on to be your most successful consultant. Like, I just want, like, what's inside people's hearts about this product, that's what matters. Not necessarily that their friends all buy $1,000 worth of product, because I'm a testimony to that. Okay, so I want to share with you guys just a couple thoughts about how to move your business forward, because I think that there are some key things. While I don't believe that there's a one size fits all in this business, and that's the beauty of it, is that the best way that you can do your business is your way, meaning the way that you host, coach, the content that you create, the way that you share, how you connect with people authentically. That is the most powerful thing that you can do in this business for sure. But I also want to give you some practical tips just for what I do, just to help you continue to build momentum as you go forward. This business is all about momentum, and the beautiful thing is you don't have to create momentum just one time. You can actually create it over and over and over again, because it's not like you get one party and then forever unto eternity, you will get bookings off of that party, right? Like, sometimes we need to restart things, or we need to pull back because life, right? And that's okay. There is so much flexibility within Norwex that unless you decide, I really don't like being a consultant, this really isn't for me, I like the product, but I'd rather just purchase from my cousin, that's the only time that you need to pull the plug. Everything else can be overcome. It can. And you may need to do things you've never done before. You may have to step so far outside your comfort zone that you wonder if you will ever see the light of day again. That's fine, because the more you step out of your comfort zone, the bigger your comfort zone will actually become. And the master key to success is to become comfortable doing the things that less successful people are unwilling to do. I'm going to say that again. The master key to success is to become comfortable, not just do the things, but become comfortable doing the things that less successful people are unwilling to do. Now, here's a story time. The other day we had some friends over at our house, and we were having supper with them for Canada Day. And they were talking about, and they know that I'm, a leader in Norwex and stuff. And we were talking about being pushy. And the husband of the couple said, yeah, well, you kind of have to be a little bit pushy, right? Like, come on, in your business, you have to be a little bit pushy, right? And I was like, no, you don't. You don't have to be pushy. I said, you have to follow up, but you don't need to be pushy. And I have always focused on keeping people in the driver's seat. I always assume the best. I always assume my message came through when they were in the checkout line at Superstore. I always assume that they just needed to think about what I said before they responded. I always assume the best and not the worst. So when you follow up, you will think that you're being pushy if you assume they don't want to hear from you. You will be actually doing good follow-up if you assume the best. So, a couple things to move your business forward. First of all, decide what you want. Decide what you want. Do not be afraid of saying, this is what I want. how many times in life, and I'm not talking about Norwex, I'm talking about how many times in life do we just say, oh, okay, that's fine, you know? And not that we need to become this person that's, you know, demands perfection, but how many times do we say, oh, it's fine, you didn't quite give me what I wanted, you didn't, you know, make my drink quite the way that I asked, the way that I paid for it, but that's fine, it's okay. We take whatever is given to us and we say, it's fine, it's fine. I don't want to be selfish. I don't want to be demanding. I don't want to seem high maintenance. But what happens is that trickles over to the point where we don't even decide what we actually want. And as long as you are just letting whatever comes come to you, that's the flow. If you're not getting very much coming to you, nothing changes unless something changes. Nothing changes unless something changes. You need to decide what you want. And shall I say the big scary G word? Dare we set a goal for ourselves? I will tell you guys 100% everything changed for me in my business when I started setting goals. Because I decided this is how many parties I want to do a month. I decided this is how much income I want to make a month. I decided this is how many team members I want to bring on a month. If you are waiting for people to volunteer to help you grow your business, I'll send you some snacks because you will be waiting a while. You need to, from your gut, say, this is what I am going to do. You make the decision about where you're going. Second of all, become an expert in the business. So many of us are very concerned about trying to answer all of the product questions and become an expert in the product. Not a priority. And that may be shocking because you're like, well, aren't I here representing the product? Shouldn't I be pouring myself into like ingredient lists and learning everything? No. You will always have that information available that should a question arise, you can access the answer through our Ask Nora feature on the back office. If you have not gone in there yet, that is like a Norwex Google for everything related to product. You just click Ask Nora, type in the product you need to know about, bam, there's the answer. So where should you spend your time investing? Become an expert in this business. If you're a reader, go on Amazon and order Belinda Ellsworth's book called Direct Sales for Dummies. She is literally the one who trained me how to do this business. If you're an auditory learner, get onto the Norwex Success podcasts. Chris Carlson has a podcast and the Norwex Learning Network has a podcast. Get plugged into those and be listening. If there's an area of this business you don't feel confident in, whether that's follow-up, whether that's how do I reach out and ask for bookings, whether that's how do I use social media effectively, if you like, we know our weaknesses. We have a hard time seeing our strengths sometimes, but we know our weaknesses. So if for me, that was team building. I did not know how to team build properly. And so I pursued training specific to the area that I didn't feel confident in. Become an expert in how to do this business well. If you invest in yourself to learn how to do this business well, you will be light years ahead of where most consultants are. Now, a lot of times people will say, well, how many consultants are in my area? Like, is there actually an opportunity to grow? Like if I go on a buy-sell site, there's like 800 ads for Norwex consultants. Let me tell you guys something. They are not doing part 3 of how to move your business forward. And I'm going to tell you what. That's like cold calling. That's like, I hope I get a random order for mattress cleaner. That is not building a business. That is getting transactions. That is not building customers. That is not building customer loyalty. You are basically putting yourself out as a convenience factor for people that want to pick up something here or there. How do you move your business forward? You decide what you want. You become an expert in how to do the business. And then third, you keep things personal. If you were to go to my personal Facebook profile, you will see I post very little about Norwex. I do not do posts about, hey, host a party with me. Hey, here's the host rewards. Hey, here's the customer specials. I don't do that. My business 100% has grown inside Messenger. Personal, one-on-one conversations. And I'm not saying to be that person to message someone you haven't talked to since high school. That is not the approach that I'm talking about. And if you want to message that person from high school, you give her something. You don't ask her for anything. You message her and you say, look, you know what? I have some samples I'm looking to give away. I've started in on this product. I'm just looking for people to try it. Would you be up for trying some of it? You know, like go in with a servant heart. Every single time you send a personal message, it is, what am I offering this person? There are absolutely a lot of ways you can grow this business without being pushy, without being awkward, without putting yourself into that mold that everybody's like, nah, don't get into, multi-level direct sales, nothing. Let me tell you who those people are, right? Sarah, people from Junior Hire Messaging for Norwex, okay? Keeping things personal. If you're reaching out, if you're putting something out there, you do it in Messenger, or if you're gonna do a post on your Instagram story, on your Facebook story, absolutely you should be doing those 100%, but don't ask anybody for anything. All you're gonna do in that space is you're gonna share your personal experiences. That's it. That's it. So if you just hosted a launch party and you got the host rewards, do an unboxing video. If you just cleaned your oven, always be snapping before photos. Even if you don't know if Norwex is gonna work, take the before photo. Because how many times, guys, have I cleaned something with Norwex and I'm like, oh, I should have taken a before photo. It would have been so amazing. Just take the before photo, okay? If something doesn't work, you don't need to post it. You don't need to take the after photo. Always take the before photo. Because what we are doing is we are showing people this works in real life. The product works in real life. Hosts earn rewards in real life. And this business opportunity is flexible and makes an income in real life. Cassie, you said, I have a goal to pay off my van by the end of the year. How powerful will it be when you post a photo of you standing in front of your vehicle with a big banner of words across that picture and you being like jumping with a peace sign or something and being like, thank you, Norwex, my van is paid off. There is nothing about that that says, join my team, act now, start today. Don't use any of those words. Spammy, awful, nobody cares, okay? People want to see how this is actually fitting into your real life, and they want to see that you're actually using these products day to day and they actually work. So consistency beats intensity every time. Consistency beats intensity every time. Touch your business every day. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter where you do it. Touch your business every day, because the more that you do that, the more that Norwex will start to be incorporated into your everyday life. It'll move from a side hustle to an actual income. If you treat this like a business, it will pay you like a business. So decide what you want, become an expert in how to do this business well, and keep things personal. All right, that's where I'm gonna wrap up this live video. Next up, we're doing goals and a giveaway. Go get into it.